revolutionized the women's game in India. When you see her bat, you know, those elegant shots right through between say mid-off and cover, and you love that silken elegance, right? And every time she steps out and dispatches the bowler beyond the boundary, you're like, what? This is the revolution that we have seen in the women's game in terms of elegance, power, and hitting that we hadn't known before, especially in Indian cricket. Welcome, Smriti Mandhana. Absolute pleasure having you. So tell me, first question, are you looking forward to the WIPL? Because it will mark a resumption of the women's sport in India.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Boria. Very nice introduction. But yeah, actually, really looking forward to play some cricket. The Women's T20 Challenge, which will be happening in Dubai from 1st to 10th. I think we all are really excited, and especially for all of us, we've never been home for 6 months, and I think playing cricket, going out there, traveling back, going to bat again, feeling that nervous, that feeling, being nervous before batting. I think I have specifically missed that a lot during last 6 months. So yeah, really looking forward to play some good cricket out there in Dubai, and probably having put up some good matches.
For a performer or a high performance performer like you, who has been doing consistently well at the international level, the 3.5-4 months that you've not done anything except you almost took away our jobs in that special broadcast that you and Jemima had started. So I was scared, having set that aside. But how hard was that? How hard was that? I mean, when you really stepped out there, for example, KL Rahul tells me he did not know whether to smile or cry. It was that exciting. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar says in Hindi, wo bachcho wali feeling aa rahi thi. In your case, how was it? I mean, give me a sense of the real Smriti Mandhana, the emotion.
I think when I first connected a leather ball after probably 3.5-4 months, I just it just took me back to my injury days when I got injured, when I was injured in, I had torn my ACL. So I had not batted for almost 3.5-4 months. And that was the longest I've not batted ever before that. So it just went back to that moment, and I was like, oh shit. I was actually so grateful that we actually get to do something day in, day out, what we love. And we never kind of valued it. Whenever we were too busy, we used to be like, "Arey, thoda break chahiye," and all of these things used to come in as sports person, because we travel so much, we are on the road. So, but I don't think going forward that will come, because now I think we'll be extremely grateful that we are able to actually just go out there, meet people, bat. Actually, batting, I think. I think the way they both said, I think it was a similar feeling. For me, I just felt so good when the ball middle, and I just felt weird. I was like, because I had just batted 5-6 days on tennis ball before going on leather ball, because I was practicing down in my colony. So when I actually hit the leather ball first, I just felt that I have forgotten to bat for the first 10-15 minutes, but then I got a hang of it. So initially I was very scared ki pata nahi kaisa hoga. Would I be able to hit the same way, the way I was hitting before lockdown, or it will be different? So yeah, and 3.5 months I think at home, I thought it would be extremely tough, but I think luckily everyone was home, mom, dad, bhaiya, bhabhi, and we've never spent time together. So I think we had a very good time, hanging out, playing cards, just talking to each other. And I don't think we had that time. I think the first 2.5 months I was all good. I was very happy. But later on, I just felt okay, I need to get back. I need to get back on ground. I have to start running. I have to start hitting balls, because the gym was the only thing I think we were able to do, because I had a small setup of gym at home.
Okay, and that's exactly what is in our case as well. You know, initially all of us were like, oh, everyday shows, everyday work, can we get a break? But now I don't think for the next 3 years any one of us will ever say, oh, we want a long break. None of us want it. Yeah. None of us. Having said that, Smriti, England is playing a series against the West Indies. Australia is playing a series against New Zealand. So in a sense, the women's sport will once again resume with this WIPL. While I know the scheduling is not ideal, I mean, there is a clash with the WBBL. You would have played the WBBL in normal circumstances, but at least this will give the Indian girls, not the elite performers like you, but every other Indian girl as well, some game time, which I think is important. Your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I think, yeah, definitely, as you said, it is clashing with WBBL, but I think we are living in different times. This wouldn't have happened normally, because it would have happened probably in April or May. Generally, it happens at that time. But now, because of the pandemic, I think there was not many options in hand for us to organize. And I'm really happy that BCCI took this decision to have a women's T20 challenge going forward, which was declared. Because I think Big Bash, we four or five was, I don't know how many were, I was not in touch with many, but I think 3 or 4 girls might have got an opportunity to play some cricket. But now I think we might have like 28, 30 girls from India playing women's T20 challenge, and I'm not still aware of the overseas players, but I think that will kind of give a good head start for the women's Indian cricket season to start, because 30 girls getting to starting playing cricket on a professional front. So yeah, that will make a huge difference. So I'm pretty happy with the decision. So I think for me as a player, it's more important that women's Indian cricket is developed. And but yeah, of course, Big Bash is also a very good experience. We have a good fun. We get a lot to experience. We learn a lot of new things. But that's okay. I think there's always a next year for that.
Absolutely, and I like this attitude of yours. I mean, you are the future. You are the future in many ways. Everybody knows you will lead the country at some point in time. I mean, that's why you need a developed base. Only a Smriti Mandhana or a Harmanpreet Kaur or a Shefali Verma can't do it. We need 11, we need 20, we need 30. Smriti, in the few years that you have been at the top, have you seen that depth gradually start to happen? To make the final, this year was a tremendous experience for India, and you now have a Shefali Verma who can ease the pressure of you a little bit. You have a W.V. Raman. You have good facilities. What is according to you the progress like, or has been like, in the last few years in the women's game?
I think progress has been massive in the terms of facilities. Even the kind of girls we are getting in the team at the moment, the young talent, and the amount of actually girls starting to play cricket, that is massive. More than anything, I think a very positive side is that so many young girls, like I see around a lot of girls age, like their age will be 9 or 10, and they're just starting to play cricket, wanting to play cricket for India, because it has been televised so often. We are on television that small girls, young girls watch us, and they want to play for India. They want to go out there and bat or bowl, like Mithali Raj, Jhulan Goswami, Harmanpreet Kaur. So they want to do these things. So I think more than anything, I think this is one big positive sign in women's cricket in the last, I think, 3 to 4 years. And as you said, I think the depth has definitely, especially in T20 cricket, I think one day was our strength always. But in T20 cricket, I think our depth is getting better day by day. I think in last 2 T20 World Cups, we made it to the semi-finals, and then this year we made it to the finals. So I think it is getting better. So hopefully it keeps getting better, and we go one step ahead and get the cup.
Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? That's the one for both men and women. I mean, that's the one hurdle India has not been able to cross in the recent past, which we badly need to. Smriti, is it a mental thing? Is it what? I mean, obviously you have the talent. You beat Australia. I remember your opening shot, and it was tremendous. In that tournament. Is it a mental thing that when it comes to the final, does it start playing on your mind? Something like a PV Sindhu syndrome, when 8, 9 finals you lose, but then she managed to break it. I'm sure you all will also break it. Is it more to do with the mental thing, or why? I mean, how do you explain the finals jinx?
Well, actually, to be frank, we all were really in a good zone before the final. Raman sir actually had contributed a lot in not making us feel that it's a World Cup final, or rather we are just playing a World Cup. He always said it that okay, we are going to play a tournament. Don't think about anything. Like he was making us feel like it's just a normal series. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself thinking it's a World Cup final. But yeah, I think unknowingly, somewhere probably the thing that okay, we are playing a World Cup final, and even like even we have to consider that. Like in our domestic cricket, we don't have semis and finals as much as a Australian or a English team plays a knockout game. So, if you say Big Bash, they constantly play semis, they play final in their stuff they play. We have a lot of league matches in our domestic circuit, but we don't have much of semis and finals. We have probably one or two, or probably we don't have that high pressure matches. In our domestic circuit so that a girl is ready to play for final. I don't think this is a reason, this is not an excuse. We have to get better, we have to keep learning. But yeah, I think this can also be a case of we not having enough experience of knockout matches, because I think it's a different ball game when it comes to knockout matches. It's about it's more about handling your nerves than your skills. So I think yeah, that the point you made, I think we have to get better. And
yeah,
and
that's actually a very good point, Smriti. I mean, handling sort of nerve more important than skill is a very, very interesting point you're making. And I think that is the case, because clearly you have the skill. I mean, the Indian men's team has the skill. The women's team has the skill. So it's that one hurdle that you actually need to cross. And I'm sure sooner than later you will. Smriti, tell me something. I mean, when I think of the WIPL, the Women's T20 Challenge, and I think Jaipur last year, people waiting to queue and get into the ground, 20,000+ people for that final. Again, this year, the final of the World T20. Are you sort of confident that our women's cricket is now poised, maybe once this pandemic is over, in 22, a year from now, or a year and a half, are we poised for a full-fledged women's IPL? What's your thought on that?
Well, definitely, I think we have at the moment. I wouldn't say 8-team IPL, but I think that BCCI is good to decide at how many teams IPL we should start with, probably 5, 6 to start with. But yeah, I think we have to the kind of response women's cricket is getting in India, the kind of numbers. Like I think we played a series against South Africa in Surat. We got full house. As you said, the last year's women's T20 challenge was unexpectedly watched by so many people on stadium. And I think I wasn't part of the final. I was watching it because my like Trailblazers were not playing the final, so we all were watching the final. So I actually felt. The whole atmosphere felt unreal for women's cricket. I was just feeling very nostalgic watching everything, like the whole ground just cheering for all the girls, and it was complete. And then I got to know that there are a lot of people who are still waiting, but they are not able to come inside. So all of these things, I think. It felt good. I felt like okay, wow, it's like it's growing. And even the MCG, I think the whole atmosphere, just when I was standing at deep mid wicket and watching the whole stadium filled, I think those all things. Yeah, I think if we start a women's IPL in 1.5 year or 1 year, whenever I think BCCI feels, but I think we have to start it, because if we have to get women's cricket from first, probably. If it is at a stage of 5, in a strength of 10, in the growing stage, then the IPL will definitely push it to 8 directly, because we have seen that with the men's cricket. And not only, I think, in popularity wise, it will get a lot of depth in women's cricket, as we have seen in men's cricket as well. That from the time IPL has started, all the boys are ready whenever they play the international level. They are used to that kind of pressure. They are used to that kind of crowd. They are used to people watching them on TV. So I think the same will happen with women's cricket as well. So I wouldn't say that we will. Yeah,
Fabulous.
we would get same kind of things from the first season. But I think it's a good time to start, and it's a right time to start at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can't agree more with you. That's a very, very well made point. And Smriti, give me a sense of the MCG. I mean, 86, 87,000 people on the 8th of March, which happens to be my birthday as well. Yes, it got ruined because you all lost, but that's a different matter. What sort of won that particular day was cricket. Cricket won. 86, 87,000 people at the MCG. Every moment was a statement that the game had arrived, the women's game had arrived. What was your sense? You were inside. When you saw that gigantic huge stadium, the amphitheater fill up with 86, 87,000 people, were you feeling vindicated that this is why you played this game and you are a star, you've made this happen? Give me a sense.
Yeah, I think, as I said, it just felt very nostalgic. I think I took almost a minute before the final started just to see that. And at that time, I just told also that, okay, this is the only minute you're going to actually watch the crowd. And after that, you're just going to concentrate on the game. Just don't focus. But that in that 1 minute, yeah, definitely, I just felt amazing to see where women's cricket has reached, because I remember I played at MCG in 2014. And it was, I think, there was not a single person who attended the match. It was India versus Australia, of course. And I used to have a habit as a player that whenever I played on empty stadiums, I used to imagine that it is filled. Because I don't know, I kind of felt I used to feel more motivated, because I used to see men's match and I used to feel, okay, what kind of atmosphere they have, and it automatically motivates you, like, as a player, because if there's like almost 20,000 people shouting for you, 86,000 people shouting for you to go and get that catch, or go and hit that sixes, I think it just kind of motivates you. Though of course it didn't turn out that well in the final, and sorry for spoiling your birthday, but
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, the fact that you all made the final, two teams make. I always look at it this way, Smriti. I mean, the fact is, yes, you may have lost the final, but you made the final. To be able to make that final allowed us to celebrate the game, to celebrate each one of you. I mean, always the glass is half full rather than half empty. That's how you need to look at life.
Yeah. And I think the same. Same thing happened in the 2017 final as well. We had played in England in 2014, 2015 around, and even that time we were playing at Lord's. That match got washed out, and it was still an empty stadium. And even at that moment, Jhuludia and me and Shikadi had a time, because we were very upset. She was like, "Don't worry, we'll play 2017 World Cup final here with the stadium filled." So we still kind of be like, okay, final the theek, stadium filled. We were still doubting it, will we ever be able to kind of generate that kind of crowd? So yeah, actually, it's kind of really nice to see people coming in to watch women's cricket and enjoying the atmosphere.
Fabulous. I mean, and what a star you are. What a star you are to be able to do that. You being instrumental along with 21 other women and 10 others in that squad to be able to bring 87,000 into the stadium. How many of us can ever do that? And 1 billion plus watching in different parts of the world. It's fantastic, Smriti Mandhana. Absolutely fantastic. Now, couple of important questions. Yes, we have achieved a lot. We have indeed, but what are the areas that you want the BCCI, for example, to focus on, for Saurav to focus on? He's just given you a selection committee headed by Neetu David, who according to me is perhaps the best of her generation. I'm delighted that Neetu will get an opportunity to sort of contribute back to the game. I mean, a brilliant left-arm spinner in her own right. So you've got a selection committee which is now sorted. What are the other areas you want the BCCI to look after?
I think the way BCCI is taking women's cricket, it's going up quite positively, and I think, of course, as we discussed, women's IPL will be a major thing to contribute in the growth of women's cricket in the probably next 3 to 4 years, because that will change a lot of things, especially change a lot of things in our domestic circuit, because a lot of girls will get that kind of experience to play alongside all the international players and that kind of quality matches. And yeah, I think mostly I feel more of like grassroots cricket. I think if that is even that, if we develop a lot of under 16 tournament is started, so that's a very positive thing. So even if we invest a bit more in our grassroots cricket, women's grassroots cricket, and get more cricket, more women, small girls playing cricket, I think that would be an amazing thing, and that will add up a lot to women's cricket going forward, because if there's competition, the game is going to grow. There's more girls playing. There'll be a lot more competition. If there's a lot more competition, there's a lot of scope of improvement. Because if there's competition, then you'll be like, okay, I need to get better. I need to get better. And individually, you actually get motivated with that kind of competition. So I think if you have to develop women's cricket, we need more girls playing, small girls playing. It has happened in last 3 years, but I think it can.
Yeah, my final 3-4 minutes on the show, Smriti. So a couple important questions. And you know what gives me a lot of satisfaction? Not what we watch on prime time television about the negativity. The India that I love is the fact that it produces a Tendulkar, a Smriti Mandhana, a Shafali Verma, a Yashasvi Jaiswal, people who haven't been born into riches. They've made the riches themselves. You are a girl next door who's been a success. You're an aspirational Indian. You have given me this inspiration, you know, to be able to say that, yes, I can do it. And millions of girls will say the same. That's the India I love. So 2 questions, Smriti. Captaincy, I'm sure it'll happen. What will that mean to you at some point? And the second question, W.V. Raman, one of my, I think is a real positive for the game. A fantastic mind. Your thoughts on WV and on captaincy?
Well, I think WV sir, Raman sir has been a very instrumental character in last, I think, 2 years. He's been with the team. He's I think the major part of him was just to get girls a bit more eased out playing for India. We used to have this kind of thing that we used to get too pressurized playing for India. He just came in, he just said that, okay, girls, it's cricket, just play it as cricket, don't overthink, go out there, express yourself, don't think about anything, I'll handle that. And that for a coach to do, I think that gives players a lot of confidence. And yeah, I think as left-hander, he was a left-hander, he's helped me a lot in batting. I always kind of go to him, ask questions. So this is not happening. So this is happening, and he always has a solution. He always has a solution, and a solution which is very, very valid, and which works quite a lot of times. It just works instantly. And yeah, I think about captainship. I've been vice captain for almost 2 or 3 years now with the T20 side, and I think vice captainship is also a lot of responsibility, because you have to put that similar kind of effort. I wouldn't say the same kind of effort as a captain, but I think similar kind of efforts in team selections or even on the ground you have to be quite aware of. So yeah, I think when I'm not thinking that, okay, it has to come, this has to come. Whenever it comes, I think I've always led Maharashtra team or West Zone or all the domestic teams I've been part of, or the IPL teams. So yeah, I always kind of enjoy it. I enjoy that phase of captainship.
Okay.
It kind of makes me a bit more responsible batter.
I understand you can't make a controversial comment, and I did not mean it as well. I mean, this is not a show for any kind of controversy. I wanted to celebrate you, like I've told you already, and that's what we wanted to do. Celebrate the sport, the resumption of sport in a way. My final minute, Smriti, are you watching the men's IPL, and which team are you supporting?
Actually, I'm watching it. I'm watching almost all the matches, but I am like quite biased with all the players. I don't have one team to. It's actually not being diplomatic. I actually don't have one team.
Okay, good. Even better.
Yeah.
Even better. Tell me which are the players you are supporting. Who are your favorites?
See, I think of course Virat, AB de Villiers, and then there's Rohit Sharma, then Dhoni. Then I think all the young talents, the way all the young guys are batting, I think it's just very inspirational to just see. I think Sanju Samson, the way he's batting, I have just become a huge fan of him. So at the moment, I've started supporting Rajasthan also because watching Sanju Samson bat. So, and the way he's hitting sixes, I think that's crazy. It's just out next level batting, I think that is. So yeah, I think it's just around like whoever is batting well, bowling well, I just like kind of be like, oh wow, this is nice, I need to learn this. Oh, he did that well, or he led the team well there. I just be like, okay, I need to learn that.
Fabulous. On that note, Smriti, I know you've got to go and practice. You do that. I mean, you have served Indian cricket with commitment, with dedication and passion. Most importantly, you're a true devotee. You know, if cricket is the god and that ground is the temple, you are the true devotee that cricket gods love to have. And I'm sure there'll be more power to you. Captaincy will come, that trophy will come, and we will all wait for that particular day to celebrate Smriti Mandhana more. For the moment, I'm delighted that the sport is back. I'm delighted that you will be in the Emirates and we can all see you bat and play one of those square drives or cover drives and cheer for you. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep practicing, and thank you very much for speaking to me.
You too, Boria.